Good morning, students. Welcome to English language class. And today we will read chapter 2, that is nouns. Children, you all know what is noun, as you have already read in your previous classes also, that the names of any person, place, animals and things are said to be noun. So today also we'll do the same thing. We'll do the revision of noun again in this chapter. So let's begin the chapter with an exercise. You can see that an activity is given here. Like you have to complete this table by writing nouns starting with the letters given in each row. Here the letters A, B, C, D is given here. The rows of letter is given. So you have to write the name of person starting with A, then name of place starting with A, name of things starting with A, and name of animals that is starting with alphabet A. So this you can do it on your own, children. Suppose I'll give you one hint. I can do one for you. Suppose letter A, name of any person, you can write Anil. Name of any place, you can write Allahabad. For name of things, you can write apple. And for name of animals, you can write ant. And so on. Like this, you can write the name of person, place, animal and things with the given letters. Now let's move on to the next. Let's see what is next. Learning window is here. So there are different kinds of nouns like common noun and proper noun. So first let's read about common noun. What is common noun? Common nouns are the names that we use for the people, place, animals and things commonly. Example, that girl walks very slowly. Here girl is common. Mumbai is a city located on the sea. So here the word city and sea is common name. Then in third example, we have many rabbits on our farm. Here also rabbit and farm are common noun. And the last sentence, Arun buys bananas from the market. So here word banana and market are the common name given to the things and place. The next is proper noun. Proper noun are the names used to name a particular person, or we can say name given to a special person, special place, animals or things said to be proper noun. And it always begins with a capital letter. The first letter should be of capital. Sita runs very fast. So here Sita is the name of a particular girl. So it's a proper noun. Then Kolkata is in West Bengal. So Kolkata, name of a particular city. West Bengal, name of particular region, state. My pet dog's name is Roxy. Roxy is a special name given to pet dog. And I have an expensive Parker pen. So Parker is a special name that is given to a pen and it's an object. Now let's learn about no sleeping. Proper nouns are something used as common noun. For example, he is the Chanakya of this age. So here Chanakya, a proper noun, has been used as a common noun to denote a wise man. Though a proper noun, but commonly used to denote a wise man. A wise man can be called a Chanakya of today. Now the next is concrete noun. Let's read these sentences first. The valley was covered with pretty flowers. The vendor sold bangles in all colors. So here, flowers and bangles, these are concrete noun, because as we know that the things which we can experience with the help of our sense organs, that we can see, that we can touch, we can taste, we can smell or hear these nouns are said to be concrete noun. Here the definition is given. Things which we can experience with our five senses are called concrete noun. You can smell the flower, you can see the flower, you can touch the bangle, you can see the beauty of the bangle with the help of your eyes, and that's your sense organ. Now next is abstract noun. India got freedom from the British in 1947. So here the word freedom is a abstract noun. The beauty of the mountains were breathtaking. Beauty in the sentence is an abstract noun. Seema has pain in her index finger. And in sentence number 3, the word pain is an abstract noun because we cannot touch or see them, but we can feel them, we can experience them. They are the name of the qualities, state or ideas which can only think of it but cannot touch it or see it. So such nouns are called abstract nouns. And the definition is, abstract nouns are the words that name emotions, qualities, mental states, feelings or ideas. Now let's come to the heading noun gender. The next is noun gender. Let's read the sentences first. In sentence number 1, the king ordered his dressmakers to stitch a silk jacket for him. The bride looked pretty in her pink dress. The doctor treated the patient properly. And the fourth one is, I have read the latest book by Ruskin Bond. So in sentence number 1, the noun king denotes to a male. So it's a masculine gender. In sentence 2, the noun bride denotes to a female person. So it's a feminine gender. In sentence number 3, the noun doctor can denote either a male or a female, used for both. So it's a common gender. In sentence number 4, the noun book denotes a non-living thing and it's a neuter gender. So here are the definition of masculine gender. Masculine gender noun refers to the males of a species. For example, father, brother, bull, lion and actor. Feminine gender nouns refer to the females of species like mother, sister, cow, lioness and actress. Then common gender. Common gender nouns can refer to male as well as for females. For example, teacher, student, politician, singer and friend. Neuter gender noun refers to non-living things. For example, desk, bed, house, computer and train. Now let's read about some countable and uncountable nouns. Let's read these sentences. The first one is, I like to drink milk. Ajay eats an apple every day. And Viju has a pet dog and a pet cat also. And the highlighted words in these sentences are common noun. They can be both. They can be either countable or uncountable. Common nouns can be countable or uncountable. So noun that can be counted are called countable nouns, and the nouns that cannot be counted are called uncountable nouns. And we always use a and the or the numbers with countable nouns, and we use words such as many, few and every with countable nouns. But we can count nouns. We can count nouns such as oranges, apples, pets and houses. Then uncountable noun, they have only a singular form of it. Countable nouns have its plural form, but uncountable nouns do not have their plural form. They have only a singular form. Like milk, if we write milks, so it's not correct. Milk will remain milk. The furniture is heavy. The furniture will remain furniture. So, uncountable noun do not have their plural form. We do not use a and the with uncountable nouns. And with uncountable nouns, we use words such as much, some and any to talk about their quantities. And we cannot count nouns such as coffee, milk, flour and honey. Now, singular and plural. We can also call them one and many. Now, let's read the sentences. The sentence number 1 is, would you like an orange? Or he bought new clothes yesterday. In the sentences given above, the common nouns like orange is in singular form because it is names only one noun. So here an orange is countable because and it's a singular form. The common noun clothes, it is given in plural form because it names more than one noun. So here we can see that S is added here. It's a common noun but in a plural form. So nouns that are one in number are called singular nouns. For example, toy, uncle, phone, person, and the nouns that are more than one in number are called plural nouns. For example, toys, uncles, phones, and persons. So, here are some rule to make plural form by adding s to the nouns like cow. By adding s, we can make it cows, that's a plural form. Shirts. By adding es, we can make plural like class, classes, brush, brushes, virus, viruses, torch, torches, box becomes boxes. And here some words ending in y is replaced with ies to make plural form like copy. Here the word copy becomes copies by removing the last letter Y. Country becomes countries. Some words, some nouns that ends with F or FE are changed, and F or FE into V. It becomes VES, like shelf becomes shelves, knife becomes knives, loaf becomes loaves, life becomes lives, wolf becomes wolf, and half becomes halves. And some nouns, they are irregular plural form. So how they are written? Mouse is mice, goose can be written as geese, tooth becomes teeth, foot, plural is feet, child, the plural is children, man, the plural is men. Some nouns such as clothes, scissors, binoculars, trousers, shorts are always used in the plural forms only. And we do not use a or an with any plural nouns. We use a plural form, plural verb when we use plural nouns. Example, where are my glasses? So here, whenever we use plural form of noun, we always use plural form of verb with it. So glasses with plural form of verb are. The verb has to be go with the noun that we are using in the sentences. For example, now if we use to see, if we use a singular verb with these nouns, we use the phrases or a pair of before the nouns. For example, even if we are using the plural, so what we have to use? We have to use the word or phrase like pair of glasses is kept on the desk. Now some nouns have a plural form but they take a singular verb. For example, the news is a plural, but still it takes singular verb only. Athletics is good for growing children. Athletics is a plural form but written with singular form of verb. And some more words like mathematics, gymnastics, economics, civics are the some more examples of noun which can only have a plural form. They are written only in the plural form. So that's all in this chapter. Thank you.